Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a pretty quick video. I wanted to talk to you guys about properly feeding betta fish, as well as tell you guys the kind of food that I use. Quickly, if you hear a lot of yelling in the background, my roommates have friends over and they're a little loud, like always, but that's okay. And plus, I live on the second floor, so you can always hear people outside of my window talking when they walk by. So I know I apologize for that in every video, but I'm going to continue to apologize for that in every video that it's more than likely going to happen in. But anyway, this video is going to be a pretty quick video. I know that last Friday's video was pretty long because it was me just talking about a lot of stuff that I needed to talk about to you guys. So I'm filming this at the same time, and I want to make it a lot quicker because I'm looking at the time now, and that ended up being at least a 13 or 14 minute video. So we're going to cut this one down so that this one's a short one for you. So the basic rule of thumb that you guys need to remember about bettas is that their stomach is only about as big as their eye. When you feed them, you have to be really careful because you can cause buoyancy issues if you feed them too much, as well as, you know, a whole lot of other arrays of issues by not feeding them right and by feeding them too much. So first off, whenever you read the back of any kind of betta food, or at least any kind I have seen, it's going to tell you to feed them 1 to 2 times a day, which is right, and then it's going to tell you to feed or not to feed more than can be eaten in a 5-minute period. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how big this thing is that I have. This is what my food looks like, and it's a half-ounce thing of food. Okay, and I have 2 of these. I have one at home so that my mom can feed the fish at home, and I have one of them here, and I also have another one that's kind of like almost completely empty because I spilled it everywhere. These last for, or at least the ones I have, last forever. But if I dumped this entire container of betta food into my tank, my bettas would attempt to eat it in 5 minutes. They don't have a concept of when they're full, so they continue to eat until they, for the gruesomeness, basically explode. So what I always tend to follow is to feed them somewhere between 3 and 5 pellets 1 time a day. Sometimes I'll feed them, 5 and then give them like a couple extra, like if I feed them really early in the morning, I'll feed them a couple extra later at night, just because I generally feed them around the same time every day. There are actually a lot of different options for betta fish food. You can choose some sort of betta pellet. There are a lot of different brands. The one that I have is the Zoomed Betta Micro Floating Betta Pellet Fluid with krill and stabilized vitamin C. And I also have freeze-dried bloodworms that I will feed on occasion. Everyone will tell you something different about what ones are good and what ones are bad. Personally, I say you're just going to probably have to try them. When I bought this little tube, I didn't think that it was going to last very long after when I was reading the directions on the back, because it says, not to feed them more than they can eat in a 5-minute period. So I was thinking like I was going to go through this as fast as I go through goldfish food. But even between having 6 betta fish, and feeding them all 3 to 5 pellets, I don't go through these very fast. So I would suggest, if you don't know what kind you want, buying the smallest containers of it that you can get. That way, if your fish don't like it or they don't eat it, you're not stuck with this whole big thing. I got lucky enough that my bettas have eaten this. Finn was picky about it at first, but I think that had more to do with some issues eating, because he would try to eat them, but he couldn't swallow them. But they have a lot of different, like I said, there's a lot of different options for food. This is what I use. And I do suggest using pellets. The only thing I would keep away from are flakes. I don't know any betta fish except for my betta fish Finn that like fish flakes. I had to feed Finn tropical fish flakes that I had left over from when I had mollies with my boyfriend oh, he's an ex-boyfriend now, but that I had with my ex-boyfriend last year, I had some leftover tropical fish food, and they were flakes, and I had to feed them to him for a little bit, and that was all he could eat, was those and freeze-dried bloodworms. So I've done it. Some fish will eat them, but I'm telling you, most bettas won't eat them, so don't waste your money on it. Just get the pellets. Try to do your research on pellets. There's really not much to it. Just do a little bit of research on it, and you will definitely have to try it out. All bettas are different. People could tell you that they absolutely hate this Zoo-Med betta food and that their bettas don't eat it, but mine eat it up, and I'm telling you, if I dumped this whole thing into my tank, they would try to eat it. So that's betta food in a nutshell for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative for you guys, and like I said, I tried to make it a little shorter than the last video before this since it was really long. If you guys are not already subscribed to my channel and you would like to be, you can hit the subscribe button underneath of this video, and that will make sure that all of my new videos come up in your subscription box every time that they're uploaded and that you don't miss any new videos. If you guys like this video, please thumbs it up, and definitely leave me a comment letting me know what your guys' favorite type of betta food to use is, or what your guys' opinion on flakes versus pellets are. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!